Hey everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you a review on the Maybelline Master Highlight Face Studio product, and there's 6 of them in total. Now, if you've seen some of the new displays for Maybelline, you will have seen the glaze blush sticks. And by the way, a lot of these shades correspond with those shades. So if you're wondering how they match up, I'm definitely going to try to post that on my Instagram so that you can see which one goes with which. Though they pretty much are basic. Like the first one goes with the first one, the second with the second one, 10 matches with 10, so on and so forth. Now with this collection, we have a lot of products for people of different skin tones, for people who want to use products for different uses, blush, highlight, contour, you name it. We have a lot of options here. I think even shadow, you can use some of these as shadow. So let's start with number 10. And that is Nude, and I'm looking for it, I just had it in my hand. So number 10 is Nude, and this one would go with Just Pinched Pink, the blush stick, the shade Everything. You can layer this over that, or you can wear it on its own. Now all of the Master Highlights have a woven-like texture, and as you can see, it really reflects light really well. I mean, that gold there, and they mesh well together. Though you can, if you wanted to get your brush in there and just get the pink, you absolutely can, but they work best when swirled together. They have a little hidden compartment underneath that contains a mirror and a brush. I don't particularly like this brush, though it is very soft. I would imagine it would be very easy to sweep across, but I personally did not like it. But if you don't have a brush, then it's definitely good for you, and the mirror is a generous size, and I like that it's hidden in its own showing you how to swatch these with the Masterclass brush from MAC. This is the Oval 3. And this shade is really pretty. As you can see, you have a lot of that pink, you have a lot of that reflective golden silver. It kind of looks like rose gold when it's on the skin. It absolutely reflects light perfectly. This would be a great highlight for those with a lighter skin tone. It would be a great blush if you have a medium skin tone, and probably good blush if you have a darker skin tone as well. So you got a lot of uses for this, and it also would make a really pretty eyeshadow, I feel. The next shadow we have, the next blush we have, the Master Highlight, though a lot of them are blushes and bronzers, so I don't know why they're all called highlight, is Pink Rose, and this one would go, the next shade I believe in the glazes, actually I can't recall what the next shade in the glazes is, but this one does go with the one that's kind of pinky. The medium pink, like the hot pink. And this one looks a little bit intimidating if you have a lighter skin tone, but fret not, this is a great blush. This white here is a little bit opalescent, and it's definitely going to bring out the pink and make it just a little bit lighter and more flattering on the skin. So I'm going to swatch this up, swirled it around. Now this is going to be a heavy swatch, so I can show you exactly how you can build it up. So as you can see, it started really light, and you can definitely just build it up to that pinky blush, but you can also just do like a swipe to get a hint of blush, a hint of shimmer. And what I like also is that none of this is overlay. This is all interwoven, and if you break these do kind of like come apart in little pieces, like little bricks. But I like that it stays exactly the way you see it. And the next one is number 30, and that's Coral, and this goes with the Coral stick from the Glaze collection. So if you wanted to put this over the Coral blush, that's the one you would use. I like the Coral one because it's the only shade in this collection that is coral based. The rest of them are like pink or mauve, or this is the only one that's like a true coral. So if you were looking for a drugstore coral, this may be it. Again, secret compartment, everything. And I love that this one also has kind of like opalescent bars rather than the metallic ones like the Nude one had. It has, that's what sets this one apart. It doesn't have that. It has those opalescent ones. So let's swatch this up. It's swatched up. So that's one swipe. That's one swipe of a heavy swatch, but you can definitely build it up. And on a very light skin tone, you can probably use this in your contour because it may lean a little bit brown on your skin tone if you are very, very pale. The next shade we have is number 40. And number 40 is, now we're getting into the bronzy shades and the purplish shades. If you remember with the glazes, they have a lot of purples in the end. They have Plums Up, Make a Mauve. This is mauve, and this one goes great with Make a Mauve. There's a lot of deep, rich purple in there, which may make you think that it's way too dark for your skin tone if you're light. But honestly, if you do a light dusting of this on the apples of your cheek, you get a really pretty soft shade. You could also build this up, use this in the contour right here. I've used this a few times in my contour and I loved the effect of it. You do have those metallic bars. You don't have the opalescent bars in this one, but this one really swatches well, so I'm just gonna sweep across. As you can see, it's pretty dark. So this is a pretty sheer swatch, but you can, again, you can build it up. And as you can see, it kind of has like that browned plum shade when you mix it all together. But if you get just one shade, you'll get a lot more purple. For example, this is like just the purplish shade, and it's still kind of brownish. Actually, this one, no matter what I do, I kind of got a brownish look. But it's definitely good for the contour. So as you can see, you can kind of see the gradation now from the lightest shimmery type of shade, which is pretty much a highlight, to the pinky blush, coral blush, and then we have some contour shades. But if you're darker skin tone, the shades that I'm saying are contour may be perfect blushes for you or perfect bronzes for you. The next shade we have is light bronze. So if the mauve was just too much for you and you want to have a contour but you're like, no, that's just too brown for me, light bronze would be a great shade for you. You can get that bronze look, and again, you have the opalescent bars for those who are a little bit, like I said, a little bit lighter. You would want, the rule of thumb, if you're a little lighter, opt for the bronzer and the blush with a little bit of the opalescent bars. If you're dark to medium, opt for the ones with the metallic bars, and no matter what skin color you are, the nude should work for you. But let me swatch this one up for you. I'm going to swatch it right on the side here. So as you can see, it's really just a metallic, it's almost like a metallic version of this, whereas this is a little bit more flatter. This is lighter, more brown, but it's definitely more sheen. It has a lot more sheen to it than this, where this has a lot more pigmentation. So this would be great, even just like right here to build up into your blush. And the last shade we have is the deep bronze, and this one also has the opalescent bars, but this one can be used on dark skin tones, medium skin tones, and light skin tones. But this would make a great blush if you have a darker skin tone. I'm gonna do it on my other hand. Ran out of room. So as you can see, if you are a darker skin tone and you're looking for a complementary shade to the mauve, because the mauve leans a little bit purpler. The mauve leans a little bit more purple, but the deep bronze leans a little bit more golden brown because of the gold and the opalescent bars. This is a great shade if you're dark and you're looking for, if you're darker skin toned and you're looking for a blush, pick up deep bronze. So if you can, go to a store that has a tester, test them all out on your hand, see which one really works for your skin tone, see how it would, see what kind of reflection you get off your skin, because some of these shades might be a lot more reflective than others on you than they are on me, and you might use them completely differently. Sometimes people ask me, like, how do you use a pink one as a contour? How do you use a mauve as a contour? It's very simple. If you're using a shade that it gradiates into, causes that gradation into, then you definitely can use it because it'll create that darkness. For example, I'm wearing today, which shade? I'm wearing mauve today on my contour, and it leans a little bit pink on me, and I blended that up into the pink rose shade, and then I highlighted with Nude. And because of the gradation, it all works very well together. So if you're wondering, how can I use a pink, how can I use a purple, how can I use a mauve to create that contour and that blush, just make sure they all blend together, and you should have no problem getting away with any one of these colors. So what do you think about these master highlights, aka blushes, aka bronzers, aka do whatever the hell you want with them? Do you like them? Do you think that they're really great for a drugstore? I personally like that they're not powdery, they don't have a lot of fallout, they're not how would I say, like dusty, like some products tend to be in the drugstore that are made like this. They almost feel like, to me, like baked blushes. They lasted all day, about 6 to 8 hours. I put them over a foundation. I found they worked well over foundation. And whether I was using a MAC brush or an e.l.f. brush or even their included applicator, I got a great application, though my personal preference is to use the either the Oval 6 or the Oval 3. The Oval 3 I use to do my contour and I blend up, and then I blend with this. Or when I'm using the included brush, what I do is I simply I sweep it across this way, but I try to get a lot of product towards the tip, and then I keep sweeping up as I go. And I find that that works well. So no matter if you're using a high-end brush or a low-end brush, you're going to get a great effect with these. Have you checked them out? Have you tried some of them? Which ones are your favorites? How do you use them? Have you tried using them as a contour, or have you tried using different colors as your blush? Have you tried using them as an eyeshadow? Let me know what you think of them. Let me know your experiences. And thank you so much for watching. Please enjoy the picture swatches, and please follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.